And now for the exciting world of insurance. But seriously, it's one of those situations we don't think about usually either, unless someone says, maybe I can get you a better deal, or you're looking at your coverage to see what actually covers, or you're actually in a situation where you need it. Here with me this morning from Farmers Insurance, Gregg Goodman. Good morning.
Good morning, George.
Get a little nice and close to that mic, will you? You can pull that up even.
Got it.
Here we are.
Thank you.
So, I mean, and it's really one of those things where kind of like, it's something we either pay monthly or pay however we pay it, but it's something that until we need it, it kind of goes out of our minds. But especially with all the rains we've had, all of a sudden you find that roof starts to leak or the water started coming up. Maybe something you didn't realize it was something that was causing water to come into your house or whatever.
Or we have 10 inches of rain in 1 week.
Right. And that situation, and especially situations like out there in Iron Canyon and those areas with the burns from the sand fire, especially affecting. What do we look for in these situations? What should we have looked for, I should say, prior to these things happening? Is it based on location when we're talking about homeowners insurance, or is there the basic that we need, or should we think about the extras?
Well, a lot of the companies, including my company, it's all done by fire areas, and all those areas in Sand Canyon, Iron Canyon, everything, all in fire areas. Okay, so rates are usually higher, and a lot of companies don't even insure in those areas. So I think it's just very important that you do look around. A lot of people take their policies for granted and worry about price only, but they don't worry about the coverages and what company they have, or if they're an A-rated company, or if they're an admitted company in California. A lot of people might go with a non-admitted company, which means that they're licensed in California, but they're domiciled in another state. But those companies can cancel you immediately. So there's different aspects of the different policies, and like when people buy homes, they just call someone and get a quote and get it taken care of and close escrow. But they don't really review it with the client, with the insurance agent, go over all the coverages. It's very, very important what people are doing. They're finding that out right now. And
it's raising that level of education on the importance of understanding your policy, what's covered versus what's not. Especially when we think about that, our mortgage, we PITI, we got to add insurance on top of that. Oh, but that puts my mortgage over this. So what can I get that's the cheapest? But, we are an earthquake country. We are occasionally in very rainy weather.
Right.
I mean, and that happens when we least expect it every few years. So those are the things, when we talk about education, price versus what you're getting, what are the things that we should consider?
I think the number one thing you should consider is what company you're going with, okay? I'm always going to promote Farmers. I think Farmers is the best company out there. We're a fantastic company. We have great service, great claim service. Farmers has been there for every disaster out there in the whole country. Then you got to go with your agent also. Your agent needs to explain to you what kind of coverages you have and things like that. But you just can't go for the lowest price, because you just don't know sometimes what you're getting. I hear stories about people being canceled now, and maybe some coverages aren't, some of the claims aren't being covered. But most policies do not cover earth movement. And then you have flood insurance. So there's a lot of different aspects of what's been going on in the last couple of weeks.
And there are nuances also regarding earthquake insurance as to what it actually covers versus what it doesn't. So
there are many different earthquake policies out there. Okay, the rates have come down on earthquake, but sometimes those call you up and say, I want earthquake insurance, so you send this stuff out to them. But there's deductible changes, there's different types of coverages now. There's more coverages now with the California Earthquake Authority. So you really need to talk to the agent and go over everything, because no one does anything until there's a disaster happening, and that's what happens.
That's right. And to think that you can get away without homeowners insurance, even if your home is paid for, is. Are there people out there that do that?
I'm sure there are.
My grandfather did that. There was something, a tornado or something, back when he was alive in Lubbock, Texas. I think that he had his house was paid for.
Right.
And he got mad because they didn't cover a certain thing. Well, I could go ahead and save the money and pay them and build and fix it myself. But of course, if the house gets knocked down, or something else, that is not going to cover.
Well, in the old days, everyone just assumed, okay, FEMA's going to come in and take care of us. We're going to pay our 5% interest or whatever for the rest of our lives. And that did happen. I don't know what's going to happen now.
That's right.
We don't know if the new government, what's going on. We don't know if that will be covered. But all I do know is we will have an earthquake eventually. So.
Eventually, or anything else that could cause damage to your home.
Well, remember 2 years ago they thought El Nino was going to take care of all the floods. 1 year later, because I wrote a lot of flood insurance 2 years ago, I do have a lot of people that kept it. But a lot of people probably canceled their flood insurance after.
Who needs that?
Yeah, then this
Thanks
year,
for nothing.
and then this year was the worst of flood. Rainy season we've had in 20 years. Or
probably
something
at
like
least at I know 2005 was close. 98 was probably closer. So yeah, we're still you kind of out of sight, out of mind. So first and foremost, keep your insurance thoughts at least somewhere, maybe not in the back of your mind. Doesn't have to be at the front, but review it regularly with your agent, or be sure also to go out there and get other quotes just to see if and making sure that you're either getting the best options in your policy or that it's working for your needs, because our needs change as time goes by.
And one more thing, what farmers do, we always try to promote our Farmers Fairly Review. It's a 1-year review with our clients. We send emails, call our clients. We want to come in and review them. I mean, even if it's 15 minutes, it's just like going to the dentist or going to the doctor once a year. It's the same thing.
Not quite as painful, though.
And not as painful.
Or invasive or awkward. So that is good news. Gregg Goodman, what's the best way to contact you?
My phone number is 661-254-6739, and we've been in Valencia for 23 years.
And you can always find that information on our website as well, hometownstation.com. Always a pleasure to have you come in and talk about stuff. Greg?
George, thank you very much, and thank you for KHTS.
You bet.
Inviting me.
8:46, traffic in 2 minutes.